Welcome back to News Inside. The FCT Medical Association, the doctors in FCT, have been having a lot of issues. They gave a warning strike, and the government refused to yield to their demands. Dr. Obong, appearing on channels, said something very significant. He said, we wish that those in authority, the FCT Minister, Wike, the Speaker of the House, Abbas, and the Senate President should visit some of these hospitals and be their guests and see what people go through. Philip, what do you make of that?
It's very interesting. You know, Dr. Obong didn't just wake up and make that statement. The fact that they've been working for 7 months, 7 good months, people have been coming to work, working assiduously to see that lives are safe, they've not been paid. How do you expect them to eat and feed their family? How do you expect them to pick their bills? Worse still, the man is saying that what they needed to be effective, you can't even find it in the hospital. He further went to say that, look, there are sometimes they carry out tests. You can't get like process the result for 2 days. He now said, it is true. The FCT Minister is working, is constructing road and bridge, but you shouldn't forget the health setup for crying out loud.
It's people that will walk on the road and drive on the roads.
That if you don't, you should also, give priority to the health sector. That they made a lot of, attempt to reach the minister and to let him see the reason why he should, take care of the health sector. But to no avail that the bureaucracy, the bottleneck is so pathetic that they've been able to meet him just once since his inception. And he said, hopefully, that Wike should be a guest of the Wuse General Hospital so that we know what is going on there. That the Senate President, Person of Akpabio, should be a guest of the Maitama Hospital, and the Speaker, of course, should be a guest in the Nigerian General Hospital. Why is he saying so? He said, people will come for, especially pregnant women for, what do you call it? Antenatal. For them to get doctor, they will get there by 2 a.m. Because one doctor will attend. As fast as, Abuja of all places, that you have one doctor on seat to attend to hundreds of persons. Because they say the condition of service is not favorable, the medical doctors are in dove. They are parents so that they can get better living for themselves and their family. So it is very right for Dr. Obong to speak up, and I commend his effort. He said this is a warning strike, 3 days warning strike. And if at the end of the 3 days and their demand, there's no substantive response from the demand, the assembly will meet. That's the assembly, that's the president, they will meet, and then they will take a decision. And he assure us that they will go for indefinite strike.
Honorable Eli, the major things with government infrastructures and institutions hardly work. If you go to an FCT LEA, you'll be appalled to see how the school is. A school that none of us can take our kids to. Now the health sector. The educational system is down, the health sector is down, and they don't pay attention to these things. Why?
There's a common saying that it's he that is under the tree that will know how the breeze moves the tree. And then the man under the tree is most likely to get access to ripe fruits faster than the man that is climbing the tree. Because when the breeze blows, fruits that are ripe fall down. I love what they said. You see, we have leaders whom, to an extent, are forgetting how things should be done. Mr. President just visited Enugu. He could as well have stayed in Aso Rock here in Abuja in his comfort zone and made phone call, virtual meeting. Why did he go there? He's going there. It's a sign of being with them. It's a sign that you understand them. And then when you get close to somebody, that's when you will know if the person has body odor or mouth odor or not. And let me tell you, it's not only a sick man that needs to visit the hospital. Hospital is not for only sick people. Even when you are healthy, you go to do medical checkup to know how healthy you are or if there's a danger ahead of you. Having said all this, I am privileged to have been in Abuja for a very long time. Like he has slightly painfully said, I was very ill last year. To a large extent, a lot of us prefer to use private hospital laboratories. And the answer is very simple. The reason is this. You go to a general hospital, very sick. You've gotten there. You could spend the next 5-6 hours unattended to. And the answer is very simple. Because you have either 1 or 2 nurses or doctors on seat, having over 1,000 people. And of course, to every patient that come before them, they have to create that time to evaluate them, to know what is really wrong with them.
So what should the authority do?
If the medical association, they are not just saying give us money. I just love the approach. They're not just saying give us money. You visit these hospitals and see by yourself. They all travel out. They are all being attended to out there. They all attend laboratories and doctors are being attending to them. I know the painful part. The painful truth is this. In most of these countries where they go for medical attention, majority of the doctors and nurses that attend to them are Nigerians. So why the exodus of good brain outside? How can you, if we're in this studio this morning, there's no light, there's no speaker, there's no internet, how can we do what we are doing? So the doctors are not saying be giving us this amount. They are not on strike because of money. They are crying. The equipment, the drugs they are demanding for in the hospitals is for them to be able to do their work, to be able to take out their duties for the safety of the common man. So they are advising our representatives to visit this hospital. Hence, they have refused to accept the report sent to them. You go, okay, fine. If we demand for this and this and this to be able to do our work effectively, and you think is to come to the hospital, you have the right to come to the hospital as a Senate president and go from one department to another and check everything. That is how it should be. Buhari and late Yar'Adua, Tunde Diagbon did it. While I was a child, I was in secondary school. I will never forget.
But Buhari did do it when he came back.
I say him and late Diagbon. It was his coming back that made some of us to finally realize that it was Tunde Diagbon and the cabinet that was doing the work.
All right.
Yeah.
The FCT should be a place where everybody look up to. Where you say, oh, see the roads, see the schools, see the medical facilities. But apart from the roads, well, Wike is trying on the road now compared to where we are coming from. That's how we can say he's performing. But there are a lot of other institutions. Number one, the schools. Number two, the health sector. These are what affect the common people. What would you advise the minister, Wike, to do?
Yes, the Dr. Obong said it all. You know, the truth remains that our government officials, as now they get into offices, they travel abroad for medical, tourism. That and a lot of our resources go in there. Those resources, if they are channeled to the health sector, it will save a lot of, our resources. Not too long ago, a deputy Senate president, is serving jail in the United Kingdom. I hear the wife has served his term and is back. Why? Because they refuse to legislate and appropriate money for the health sector. When his own daughter now had health issue, he not only took her to the UK for treatment, because it's I think is it kidney transplant, and they sourced the kidney here, and they took the person, and the person took advantage of getting to the UK and advantage of the UK law and put him in prison. A law that has never been tried was experimented with a Nigerian government official. So and they still refuse to learn. The government officials still refuse to learn. That's why Dr. Obong is telling them, look, you need to come to the hospital to know, because you going out to have your medical treatment, you don't know what the common man is suffering. Like you said, the first thing first, they said health is wealth. It's the health first. If you are not healthy, you will go to school. If you are not healthy, you will walk on the road, you will drive on the road. I think that the effort and the passion with which Wike is developing the road infrastructure in Abuja to also be giving same such passion
channels to other institutions,
especially the health sector, equip them to the state of the art, global standard, so that people could be coming to Nigeria for health tourism. Like you said, Abuja should be, you know, a model for others to emulate. Example, so other states will take over from you. So Wike is a hard-working minister, he's a hard-working person. Give it to him. Like,
but it should be spread around.
Exactly. It shouldn't be on road alone.
Okay.
It's only hard working on road. It should be hard working on health sector, the educational sector, and every other sector.
Institution
so
that constitutes
we can give him a kudo, but for now we are still scoring very low.
How many percent?
I can't score him more than 15%.
How many are scoring Wike?
It's not the issue of scoring him on any percentage. Like we've said here now, very important. I like what the doctors have just said. I expect the minister, the Senate, the House of Reps to actually understand, like he said, health is wealth. And this is something that has to do with not just them, all of us. And the truth is this. Even the out there they go, when they travel out for health issues, we have better weather, more hospitals, better manpower. What we lack is the resources for them to perform well.
All right.
So please, let them look in, have pity on us, give our health workers that what they need.
All right.
To do
what it is. So how many percent will you score him?
If that is done, we can score them. But for now, on health, 0%.
Okay, so the institutions that constitute what makes life good for every citizen in every state, every local government are well spelled out. Health is number one. Education follows. And so many, security is another one. These are what we want them to give attention to, especially in the Federal Capital Territory. So we call on the Minister, Wike, and all those in authority in FCT to look into these issues. Thank you. We'll be back on News Insight.